Hi, I'm Raya.
And I'm Brandon.
And you're watching
More Love with R&B. Gotta get to the point.
Okay.
Yes.
But today we're talking about something very serious. And we're talking about a topic I've never heard of before. But like Brandon and I said, we've been doing some research.
Yes, we have.
When we've been away. And we found a topic that we want to share with you guys called the Walkaway Wife Syndrome. Have you ever heard of that before?
Not until we started doing the research for this video.
So we want to talk to you guys about what the Walkaway Wife Syndrome is and the signs that the Walkaway Wife Syndrome shows. Kind of. Okay. Right. So let's just get into it. What is the Walkaway Wife Syndrome? Basically, the Walkaway Wife Syndrome is when a wife is in a marriage that is failing. Basically, she's having all these problems within her marriage. She's been complaining about it. Husband, we should go to counseling. I don't like when you do this. Blah, 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 blah. And she has basically given up on the marriage and says, you know what? I don't think that this marriage is going to work. And so she stops complaining. She gives up on the marriage and she begins to take the steps to leave. And she leaves. Right. And gets a divorce, and the husband is blindsided because she stopped complaining, she stopped, pestering, and then the husband's like, oh, she stopped complaining about that, I guess everything is good. And then months later, she slaps that divorce in his lap, and he's like, blindsided.
What happened? I thought we were okay.
I thought we were okay. So one of the things that we learned while kind of researching this whole thing out was the Walkaway Wife Syndrome is merely just a title, but either spouse could have this particular scenario happening to them. Like husbands all the time complain about this. And so let me back up. Let's back up. We're not going to edit this out. When we say complain, when we say pester, basically what we're saying is these issues are being brought up. These things are consistently being brought up. And so if you are consistently bringing something up to your spouse that is an issue or a problem that you guys are having, then you may want to consider that this person is bringing this stuff up for a reason. However, sometimes things get lost in the sauce. You kind of go, okay, I know we need to work on this, blah, blah, blah. But then one party just says, you know what? I'm not going to bring it up no more. And then they're like, deuces after some time. And the other person's like, yo, I don't. And then what do you see? We see it a lot in real life. You see it in movies where the people are like, I had no idea they were unhappy. Like, really? You had no idea.
Exactly. And so, we believe that the reason why the Walkaway Wife title was given is because, typically the wife is the one that...
It was the wives that were mainly the ones leaving. Yeah, no, I get it.
So we want to kind of give you some of the signs, the warning signs that this is happening, or I guess the Walkaway Wife Syndrome, there's signs or whatever. We want to kind of tell you what they are. So one of the signs is the pestering or the complaining stops. Like all of them stop. The spouse stops working on the marriage, period.
That's a big sign. So how about you give one example and I'll give an example. I'll start with one.
Okay.
If you have a husband, let's say we're talking walkaway husband syndrome.
Okay.
If the husband is constantly like, hey babe, let's have sex. If sex is constantly a thing that it's like, I feel like I have to keep pulling teeth with you on, and it's like, hey, let's have sex. And it's like, whoa, like I'm trying to, if I have to constantly like keep bringing it up, and then one day I never bring it up again, and then like weeks and months and surprisingly, this is like a real like weeks, and people are like going like months without sex, and so like months go by and you're like, he hasn't asked for sex in, it's been a while. Like, yo, holler at yo, like, so you need to talk to, because something ain't right. find out. Like, don't let him walk away, sis. I'm telling you, don't let him walk away.
Okay. And if a wife is saying, husband, you're never home, you're always out with your boys, I need you to come home, I need you to spend time with me and the kids, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, she's like, no, you don't gotta come home. Never asks where you've been. That's a sign. So, one of the other signs is that the wife is starting to really take care of herself way more than she used to. She's going to the gym. She is getting her hair done a lot more. She's more interested in the way that she looks, especially like if she's a stay-at-home or, whatever. She's redoing her wardrobe. And she's like not asking you, honey, how does this look? Like, she don't care if you notice. That's another sign.
Now again, these are all potential signs. Everything that we mentioned does not necessarily mean that someone's finna walk away, but you know yourself and you know your spouse. So don't play games, okay? So if you see these behaviors, these are definitely things that you should look into.
Yeah. I'm looking up some more because we have done some research.
Mm-hmm.
We've already said that the sex has stopped completely,
mm-hmm.
and they have stopped initiating and asking you for it. That is definitely a sign.
Be careful.
That they no longer want it. Yeah, that's definitely a sign.
What else you got? I mean, it's definitely a lot here.
Yeah, if your spouse is never home.
Yeah.
If your spouse now goes out a lot and spends time with her friends when they used to be a homebody.
Or his friends. Mm-hmm.
They used to be a homebody. They used to plan things together, but now they're planning a lot of time away from you. When you put all of these things together,
mm-hmm.
when they put money away for themselves, little nest egg, little rainy day fund.
Just saying.
All of these things, and I mean, you can look these up for yourself. We pulled a lot of these things together from a lot of different websites. We came across this term walkaway wife haphazardly, and then we just started looking at a bunch of different sites to try to figure out what it was, so you can figure out this term as well. But there are a lot of different signs, if you will, but just check to see if you are in an unhappy marriage and you're seeing that your spouse is no longer caring to work on your marriage. Don't wait until the last minute and then become blindsided when your spouse hands you a divorce paper, because that's basically the term for what it means. Walkaway wife is when your spouse gives you the divorce papers and you are stunned. You thought your spouse was happy because they're working on themselves and they're out with their friends and they're not complaining, and you thought your spouse was happy. No.
Yeah, I think just to wrap up, we would like to say, be alert. I think there is something said about a marriage with two people who consistently check in on each other and just say, hey, where are we? How are we doing? Who are we? Have those consistent checks. The problem with a lot of these scenarios that we see is that you see a couple, like at the end, somebody decided to walk away, but you probably could have seen the warning signs along the way, and you also will probably see two people who stopped communicating. So we just want to encourage you guys to keep communicating, be aware of what your spouse is doing, what they're feeling, have those conversations. As soon as you stop having conversations, that's probably when that's the beginning of your walking away. Come on, somebody.
Oh no.
Don't walk away. No, I'm kidding. But we hope you like this video. We want to start more conversation. Let us know what you think about the concept Walkaway Wife Syndrome, because we also know again that it can apply to walkaway husbands. What do you think about this?
Have you ever heard of this term before?
Have you? Because we didn't. But we've seen these scenarios
unfortunately
before.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys like this video. Leave a comment in the comment section if you got some links to some other sites that you want to show us. If you know some movie titles that kind of show this thing in a fictional example, put them in there as well, and we'll just keep this if you see this in a fictitious example, please share those in the comments. And we just want to keep this conversation going, guys.
Yeah.
So hope you guys liked it. Subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.